Good evening and welcome to Wealth Within Reach. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Happy Thursday. Come on in and join me as we get on here for Wealth Within Reach on Thursdays, every Thursday at 7 o'clock with me, Julia Williams, every Thursday. So we're going to let some people come on in as we get settled. We don't want to miss anything. We don't want anybody to miss anything. We want to make sure you get everything that you join for. Be sure to ask your questions, get signed in, and then we'll get started. All right. Again, I am Julia Williams. I'm your host for Wealth Within Reach right here on the Culture Network every Thursday at 7 o'clock. So I'm glad you're here. Invite a friend, tag somebody, bring them in. It's always going to be some good information for somebody who needs to hear it. Somebody may know it, somebody may be leveraged. So come on in. It doesn't matter. I'm Julia Williams. I'm the owner and founder of J. Williams Consulting and Tax, LLC, right here in Houston, Texas. And what we do is we do tax preparation, credit restoration. We also do consulting, business, and personal. And we also hold seminars and classes throughout the year. These classes are really for those who just want to learn and take leverage of their financial situations, their kids' financial situations. We don't have an endpoint whatsoever. We're also investing right now in real estate. So we have a wide variety of things that we're doing. So I'm excited. I'm super blessed that I'm on this network today, on this network every week. So I'm super excited for the opportunity to come in and just help you who cannot come, who may not be in Houston. It doesn't matter. I'm here. You can always reach out to me through my website, which will be posted later. But we have some great things going on throughout the year 2025, going into the year 2026. So make sure you keep up, make sure you follow, and make sure you tune in. So let's get started. Let's get started. So as you know, I said I was the owner. We've been in business for 5 years now. Well, going on 6 years. I've been doing this for a little over 12 years as a hobby. So this is my thing. This is something that I love. This is something that I'm passionate about. And I just look forward to it growing. This is my manifestation. So when we talk about finances, when we talk about taxes, when we talk about numbers, when we talk about passive income, when we talk about investing, that's my thing. This is what I'm doing. God has actually blessed me to be able to partner, connect, grow, and learn so much. And I don't believe in never, I don't believe in not learning. So I'm always looking to expand. I'm always looking to learn, as you should as well. So learning in the financial realm, learning in the business realm, learning in the income world, whatever it may be. We're getting out of debt in this live. We're gonna get on a budget in this live. We're gonna just take accountability. And that's what it takes. So for finance, it all starts with a mindset. Mindset is the number one thing when it comes to really anything. So your mindset has to always be what it needs to be. So mindset is priority. So if your mindset is not right when it comes to your finances, you're never going to have anything. You're just going to continue to spend, and then you're never going to be able to have an asset to just pass down to your kids, because what we're doing is we're creating generational wealth. Well, that's the goal. And for some people, we didn't know that growing up. They wasn't taught. We were taught to get it, use it, and sometimes not pay it back, causing bad credit and debt. Basically, what it is causing debt with no type of accountability. So that's why we're here. We're here to stop those curses and make generational wealth for ourselves and our children and our grandchildren. So that's why I'm passionate. You can hear it in my voice. I'm so passionate. This is something that wasn't given to me. It's something that I had to learn. Everything that I've had to come through, I've had to pretty much learn it by mistakes, by going through it on my own and connecting with good people. Because if you're good to people, people are good to you. And that's in anything that you're doing, especially in business, especially when you're talking about networking, especially when you're looking to do something new. So whether it's a small business or big business or whatever it may be, When you're good to people, people are good to you in this world. And that's what I'm here for. I'm here to give chances. I always say nobody gave me a chance when it got to this real estate stuff. But guess what? I had some people that stopped and said, "Let's see what she do." And now I get chances every day in the real estate world. So I'm super blessed. I'm hoping that as you join on Thursdays, you bring your pen and pad. You come in, you just ask questions. That's what we're gonna do. Ask questions. Just come in every week with your pen and pad. Get these gems that are being dropped, because we already know wealth is everything. And wealth can be anything. It doesn't necessarily have to be monetary wealth. You can have assets growing in real estate. Your real estate is your asset. Um, I don't look at anything I have in the real estate world as a debt. I look at it as leverage, collateral. You can always use it. You can always sell it. You can always flip it. You can always gain from it. You can always improve from it. So I call it asset. It's asset for me, and it makes my portfolio in my family. So that's something that's going to be important as we go through these segments. Getting on a good budget is going to be something that we go through in these segments. I'm a big believer of the 50-30-20 rule. And when I say 20, that's 10 to my tithing and 10 to my savings. Because if I pay God first, pay my savings second, and everything else will come behind. So you'll learn on these Thursdays that I'm a big tither. And I believe in tithing because I think if you tithe, everything else will follow in place. So if you haven't tried it, try it. Be a cheerful giver. That's I believe in being a cheerful giver. And I've been blessed by being a cheerful giver. So as we go on, the 50-30, your 50 is everything that you need, your needs. Your 50 is your needs. Take care of your needs before you do anything else. Your 30 is your free money, what you want to do with it. Whatever you want to do with it, do with it. Whatever is left, that's what you got. If it don't seem like to be enough for you, guess what? We need to learn about some passive income. We need to make some more money, pretty much. If it's not enough, if your 30% at the end of that 50 and that 20 is not enough for what you need to do or what you want to do or what you want to have, we need to make a way to make some more income passively. So we're going to talk about that too as we go on these Thursdays. So make sure y'all jump on. And also we know credit is everything now. You need credit to do anything. So we always say credit is key, cash is king, but I'm heavy on the credit because I like to use other people's money versus my own. So we're going to talk about that too. So credit is going to be real big. You will definitely want to drop in here on Thursdays at 7, especially in that segment. And I'll get into a little bit of it tonight, because one thing we're going to do is we're going to have some good credit in 2025 and 2026, because we're going to use other people's money. I just believe in that, y'all. I just believe in using other people's money. So stick with me. Stick with me. Go down this with me every Thursday at 7. We're going to get it together in pen and paper. Pen and paper. So debt. Let's talk about debt a little bit as we go on. I'm not a fan of debt. I'm not a fan of debt. I do have a lot of credit cards, but I'm a responsible user. So it's all about things. So, and you need credit and to be debt free as we go on. And Saturday here in Houston, I'll be hosting a brunch in business. We'll be talking about business structure and how it needs to be set up. I know how you want to set it up. I know how you were told to set it up, but we're going to actually talk about how to properly set it up on Saturday. And in order to have a successful business, it starts with you as a person. So your personal credit has to be also okay to be able to manage a business. Again, mindset. So personally, your mindset has to be right in order for your business to grow. If you're not reading anything, read something, get something, listen to a podcast. It's everything. I'm trying to tell you. I'm here to tell you. I'm not trying to tell you anything. I'm here to tell you for sure. So if you're in Houston this Saturday, join me. I will be here hosting a business in brunch. If you can't see the flyer will be up on the screen. I was gonna cut off, but I'm not. So you have time to get some tickets. Come on by 11 to 2. If we need to stay longer than 2, we'll be there. We have so many people blessing us with their presence. We have a banking team, we have a commercial insurance team, we have everything you need. And we'll get into the commercial insurance too, because if you're gonna be a business owner on this segment, you're gonna need some commercial insurance. It's not a doubt without it. So we'll talk about that. Passive income, your hobbies, let's turn them into businesses. Let's set them up right. Like I said, this was my hobby. I was doing it for nothing, sometime free, sometime for a meal or whatever it was. But now I'm doing it as almost not my career. It's almost about to place my 9 to 5. So I'm claiming it, I'm manifesting it, and it will eventually be my 9 to 5, working for myself. So I'm claiming it. So like I said, is it better to use credit versus cash? I like other people's money. I like to use other people's money, and I like to hold my cash as a reserve. Money management is everything for me. It's everything for me. If it makes me feel any type of way about me using my money, I'm going to use that credit. If I'm traveling, I'm using credit, but I have enough money set aside to pay that credit back in full. When you're doing business side, I'm all for credit. Credit. I don't believe in commingling the two at all. If you have your business funds, you have your personal funds. I don't believe in commingling them at all. So business side, credit always is king for me. On personal side, a little bit of both, because I like to keep myself accountable, and accountability is everything when you're trying to go somewhere. So I don't know. It's up to you. But if you are good money management, you can do both. You can do both because you know you're going to pay that debt back. Is it a schedule in case I missed an episode? It is on Facebook Live, I believe. So I'm sure you can always go back and watch it. And it's also on the Culture Commission Facebook page and website. So pens and papers, put me on your calendar reminder. Thursdays at 7. I will be on here. You can also reach out to me. I have a website, jwilliamsconsultingandtax.com. I'm always happy to help as well. I'm available. I do host events. I am also hiring currently. We're preparing for the tax season. We have an amazing team. Our team is growing, so I'm super excited. So there go that passive income. So if you need some passive income, if you want to learn a new trade, if you want to learn the business, we are hiring to join our team. You will be trained. You will be trained by the best. I will not let you go. I've learned from the past mistakes of everything I have done, and training it will be key for me this year. So if you're looking to join a team in the tax world, I am here. My website is at the bottom of this page. If you need something. So for me in credit management, I check my credit every day. Guilty. As much as I check my bank accounts, I check my credit every day. Let's talk about that a little bit. Let's talk about credit a little bit, because I think people have a lot of misunderstanding when it comes to credit, because we wasn't raised on credit. We wasn't taught. We were just kind of, like I said, we were taught to just spend, get approved and spend. We were not taught how to leverage it. So for me, finding a good credit monitoring is key. Credit Karma is not a credit management tool. It's great to see what's on your credit, but it's not a credit score that you need to rely on. It may say you're approved, but you go to that dealership and they're going to tell you denied. So don't rely on Credit Karma. It's only a good tool to look to see what's on your credit report, not for your credit score. And when it comes to credit scores, everything is different. You have a different FICO for everything. Credit score is going to be different from your mortgage score. Your mortgage score is going to be different from your car buying power. So you have to be able to dissect the difference in them. And you're able to pick up the phone and ask those questions, call those dealerships, call those lenders, find out what they're using, what FICO they're using. Educate yourself. It's not against the law to educate yourself and ask questions. Ask them what credit report they're pulling. I recommend getting on all three of them. Go to Experian.com, go to TransUnion.com, go to Equifax.com. Because 9 times out of 10, matter of fact, 10 out of 10 is probably something on one that's not on the other. And you will miss it if you don't have all three of them. And I also offer credit reviews. So get at me again at my website, schedule a free consultation. We can go through a credit review. I don't have a problem with doing it. I do them all the time. Get on my calendar. Let's go through it. Let's dissect it. Because sometimes you may think you need credit repair, and all you do is need a mindset and a plan. And that's it. You don't even need me to help you. You just need a plan. So definitely go get all three of your credit reports. They are free at each website, Experian.com, TransUnion.com, Equifax.com. They're all free. Let's get this credit right. Let's get credit right before we do anything else. Get them. If you don't understand it, if you want some understanding, reach out to me. I'm here to help. Book your free consultation. We'll go through it together. I'll have office hours coming up as well. And over the next few weeks, we can go through it in person. If you're in person, I'm available. I'm here to help. I want to help. So especially if you're in Houston, come on by. We'll be setting those up. They'll be on the website as well. If you're in a different state, I fly. So I will come to you if I need to. And no credit is bad to me because I've seen it all. I've had it all. I know it all. So nothing is going to surprise me. And to be honest with you, about early this time in 2024, I was at a 400 credit score, and I'm not ashamed to say it because that mindset got real crazy about what I was doing, and I was taking on too much. But it took my mindset to get back in place for me to get back on track. And now I'm in the 700s. I'm buying investment properties. So nothing is impossible. However, I'm not against filing bankruptcies either, because some people are just in so much debt they can't find their way out. I know there are myths about bankruptcies. I know there are things about bankruptcies that people are scared to talk about, but I'm gonna talk about it because I'm not scared to talk about it. It does stop you, but it doesn't stop you forever. Stress, if you're stressing about it, it's something to think about. If you're over your head in debt and you're willing to let things go, it's something to think about. Why do you think the lawyers are still in business? Not because they got a degree. They're in business because people actually need them, and the smart people actually use them, not the people that are embarrassed about everything. So I'm not embarrassed. I have filed bankruptcy and I have recouped from it. I have brought 2 houses after the fact in multiple vehicles, and have every credit card that I lost, I've gotten it back. So it's something to talk about. And tune in every Thursday at 7 and we'll get into it. Because the lawyers are not in business for nothing. They're in business for a reason. So let's keep going. So let's go back. Let's go back to this budgeting. Let's go back to this budgeting for sure, because it's everything really. And I think because we don't budget and we don't take heed in our community, with ourselves, we find ourselves just buying things that we don't even need. We take, how can I put this without being offensive? Hold on. I always say wealth whispers, debt screams, and loudmouth people always loud for a reason. So I like my wealth. So I like it to whisper versus scream. So if your debt is screaming, you too loud. And there's nothing wrong with giving things back. There's nothing wrong with starting over. You have to start somewhere. And I promise it's not for them, it's for you. Like I said, I've been through it all, and I will sit down with you. I will talk to you about it one-on-one in private. like I said, reach out to me. Let's get it done. Let's build for our children. Let's build for our communities. I'm here to help. And this is my passion, y'all. I keep saying that, but it's truly my passion. Don't let your income go. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about our income, because I know me as an entrepreneur in working a 9 to 5 is nerve wracking. It's nerve wracking, but I now my mindset where I am now, I'm leveraging my 9 to 5 to help me get to where I need to be in my business. So although you find yourself in those frustrating situations because you got to go to work, you got to put it to work. Put your money to work that you're making. Um, make your businesses your lifestyle. Everybody else do it. Why can't we? And I think that's big in our community. We need to just teach each other. We need to come together and we need to show each other how to do it. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. It's not nothing to be embarrassed about for ask for help. I had that problem. So I know. I know, but now I'm like, I'm hiring. I'm hiring. I need an admin assistant. I need this person over here to help me do credit repair. We're growing and I'm excited. And it's not because I'm putting this to the side. I'm actually taking this serious as I can. So let's go. Tag, share, schedule your appointments. Let's get it done. I want to see your children be blessed. I want to see your children have wealth, your grandchildren have wealth. And that's why we're so big. We don't talk about things like life insurance. And truth be told, my grandson is going to be a millionaire by the time he's 40 because I've set him up like that. So God willing, he will reach 40 so he can get that $1 million. So definitely look into that. And it's a savings account. I didn't know about it early on, so my kids were not able to have this tool, as far as life insurance policies and how they work and how they grow with you and as they age. So I'm able to do it for my grandchildren. So I'm very blessed to be able to do that. So we can talk about that too. That's part of my passive income. And it could be part of yours as well, but it's part of my passive income. It's nothing in the finance world I don't try to put my hands in. So it's like it's emergency, it's a savings too. So set your life insurance policies up the right way. Set your babies up on them. It's a tough topic. I get it. I get it. It's a tough topic. Nobody wants to talk about it, but I'm talking about it. So let's set them babies up as we go. I'm actually hoping one of my partners can jump on next week and give us the spiel on the $1 million baby. Like I know my baby signed up and I'm so excited. I think all my children have one, but this one for my grandson is everything. So this one is everything. I know we talk about life insurance and we don't really talk about the difference of them, the different type of life insurance there is. So when you hear about it, you just kind of go away versus want to educate yourself about them. So we have multiple, and we're not talking about term life insurance plans. We're talking about IULs that are savings plans for our babies that will pay for their colleges and things of that nature. So let's educate ourselves. Let's educate ourselves. Join here on Thursdays at 7, like always, and we're going to get that done for you. As far as savings goes, when I say that 20%, that 10 and 10, I always say if I can give God my 10th, I can give my savings a 10th as well. So it's different ways, different areas how we can save, how we can get into it. So that's what I'm here for. So make sure I'm here to help. I am definitely here to help. But it's also, I can help you all day, but it's all about if you're going to listen. You got to listen. You got to take accountability. We got to want it. It's about wanting it too. So that's everything. So don't shy away. Ask me the questions. Book your appointments. Let's get this done. Let's build this wealth in 2025 right here on the Culture Network. Like I'm loving this. I am like I said, this is a passion for me. It's everything. So I'm glad to do it. As I mentioned, I do credit reviews. Let's do these credit reviews. Let's set it up. I can educate you. I don't need to fix your credit. You probably can already fix your credit on your own, and I don't mind sharing those things with you. That's what I'm here for, to give you information on how to do things on your own, to give you information on how to pass it down for your future. So that's what I'm here for, and I'm excited to be here for that. If you need me to pop up, I don't mind popping up to events and sharing education. You tell me what the topic is, and I bet I got a team for it, including myself. Also, let's talk about home buying a little bit. While we're here and we getting down to the nitty gritty and covering everything, let's talk about home buying, because I know people are scared to buy. They don't think they can buy because maybe they don't have a lot of money down. Maybe they don't have the closing costs. Maybe they don't have something that they don't think they may already have. But I don't really have a no for anybody when it comes to home buying. Um, so let's get to it. Like, I think everybody should be able to buy. I think everybody should be able to be a homeowner. I know some people say, well, I just rather rent because I don't want the responsibilities. But again, home buying creates assets. I know they say you never own because you still got to pay taxes. I hear that all the time, but it's nothing like having your own. So home buying, we'll talk about it. We do seminars where we pop up. We do home buying seminars. We bring out the realtor. We bring out the lender. We do pre-approvals on the spot. We do credit reviews on the spot. So we come out and we educate you. We educate you and we try to get you pre-approved right then. If we can't get you pre-approved right then, we're gonna work on it because I'm on site. So we'll go through each and everything that needs to be done. As far as credit reports, again, like I said, every credit report is different. Everybody houses something different. It's all up to the person that's actually placing the item on your credit report. And as we're talking about credit reports, let's not just forget about those ones that nobody talks about, like LexisNexis. They house things like court records, tickets, marriages. They house things like that that are reported and confirmed to the credit bureau. So you have to be mindful that even though you dispute something from those major three, there is another credit report behind the scenes that's housing that information. So you can dispute it, but guess what? They have that third party saying, oh, no, it's here. It's right here. So you have to just educate yourself on things like that. So it's more than just those three, for sure. So I'm here. I'm here to talk about it. And we will get in a whole segment about credit, because credit is a whole topic by itself. And we'll get into it. But like I said, it's a lot of third parties that house information about you that you didn't even know. Addresses that you forgot about, phone numbers, names. They're all housed on there as well. So we'll get into it. There, like I said, different FICOs, different stuff. So don't think that you want to buy a car and they tell you that you got a 700 credit score at the car lot, and you try to go buy something else and you got a 500. So different scores, different things, different FICOs. So we just got to educate ourselves. And like I said, credit is a whole segment by itself. And we'll get into that probably week 3 for sure, because it's something that we can start now and possibly be ready for 2026 to start buying and building in 2026 and leveraging our own credit and partnering and doing things and investing and buying things up in the community. So we're not going to shy away from it. Like I said, book a consultation if you don't want to talk, if you don't want to ask questions on here. Book a private session and we'll get it done. We'll get it done. We'll talk about it. We'll educate you and we'll help you out.
Hey, Julia.
Hey, T.
How are you?
I'm doing amazing.
Hey, I have a quick question. Just saying, for a first time, someone that's looking to save and probably don't know exactly where to start. Give me a foundation on how we can have, assist them with starting that. And I know you said you're gonna do credit on episode 3. So let's talk about the savings part. If I'm one and I want to save, what do I need to do exactly?
First, we need to find out what your income is and what your debts are. That's number one. We got to find out what your income is, where your money going, and why is it going there if it don't need to be going there. And then we need to come up with a plan. Eliminate the things that are not necessities. When you're budgeting, we got to eliminate. That's number one for sure. Eliminate the things that don't mean nothing. and just focus on necessities. Then once we look over your income, we need to find out where we need to put this money, because with budgeting comes savings. So if you're not willing to do it, it's not even worth trying. But if you're willing to do it to have a life change, a mindset change, or just a better, future for yourself, we need to look into that. So it's like an overall picture. We come up with a plan, we'll put it on paper. I hold you accountable, because if you're one of my clients anyway, I'm gonna be checking in with you, asking what you're doing and what you got. And why you don't have something in particular that we talked about. So don't sign up with me if you don't want me to tell you, because I'm in your business. So yeah, when it comes to savings, it's all about, let's find out what you have going on. Let's find out what you're bringing in and what's going out and why, and let's eliminate those things that don't need to be going out and keep them in, and then that can become our savings.
Miss Julie, are you able to hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
How you doing this evening? I'm so proud of you.
Hey, Mr.
I'm
Slater.
so proud of you. No, you are doing a great job. This is exciting for everyone that is, tuning in. I've always listened to you. You have been a great financial expert and a leader in the field. So I'm excited for what your program and this show is going to bring to the masses as far as education. And one thing I wanted to just call in to speak on is kind of different about your program and from others is that it's not just the education you're bringing, it's also like education to the state that we are as a culture, as a
Mhm.
people, collective and individual. And one point I wanted to ask you about and bring to your viewers is that a interesting fact is that on average, the black man makes 80 cents to the dollar of his white male counterpart.
Mhm.
The black female makes 60 cents to the dollar of the white male counterpart. For whatever reason, and not to go down that rabbit hole, in a single mother or a single parent or woman's household, that black female not only loses the 80 cent that is in
Mhm.
her house, her income, but also the 20% of the difference. So if you add those two, she's basically losing 100% of her household to her white counterparts, meaning that the average white household has twice the amount of income than your average black household. Given that
Mhm.
statistic, as we prepare and set up for our future, I think that is very important with your, especially with the $1 million baby, and
Mhm.
planning for our future and things like that. So if you can, there's two questions I want to ask. For one, and this is for my selfish interest, why the hell does Credit Karma not pull accurate report data? I just want to know that for a fun fact. Why the hell is Credit Karma existing if y'all pull it around?
Credit Karma gonna get a lot of people in trouble, okay? For one. For one. They gonna get a
Can
lot
you
of
add?
people in trouble.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Can you add some fact in when you're married or together as a couple? Is it better to always do things collectively in ownership, or is
Ooh. Is it me or him?
It's his.
Okay. Kind of to answer his questions, I think I know where he was going with that. Kind of a little bit. Some things are good collectively, hands down. Some things are good collectively, but as for me, in my opinion, I don't believe in doing everything together, especially when it comes to purchasing large items. I like to leave at least one of us open for less debt, so the other person can carry other things that we need to purchase. So I don't believe everything should be collective. Some things, yes. We can talk about maybe collective bank account and things of that nature. I know sometimes it's just you can't get away from purchasing a home together. It's just for us in Texas, it's almost impossible. Um, if you're married in Texas, it's common law state, so it's almost impossible to purchase a home. However, you can do it, and there are ways to do it. If you speak to your lender, there are what they call conventional loans. You don't have to have your spouse on your conventional loan. Um, they can actually purchase that home by themselves on a conventional loan, which relieves their partner of that debt. So now you both don't have $400,000 debt with a $3,000, $4,000 payment on your credit reports. Only one of you is carrying that debt, which leaves the other one open to purchase other things or invest in other things. But then that goes back to income, that goes back to credit, because in order to get a conventional, credit has to be a certain way. When we're dealing with things like FHA loans and buying together, it's kind of impossible. You both have to go on there. Um, as well as if you're a business owner, because a lot of us are business owners. Believe it or not, we have a business, whether it's structured right or not. There's buying power in businesses. So I buy a lot of stuff in my business name. Therefore, it's not on my personal credit. So it's a thing. So I mean, it's ways to do it. Uh, I won't say I'm all on here, but but there are ways to go by doing it. There are smart ways. There are options. There are options to get it done. But like it goes back to you. It goes back to your savings. It goes back to your money management. It goes back to your credit. It goes back to how you deal with things. So there are ways. I don't believe everything should be bought together. To Mr. Slater's question, I think some things do need to be purchased together. But as far as when it comes to like getting into the nitty gritty, investing and making real big money moves, there are some conversations that need to be had. And happy to discuss those. Book a consult. We can go through it. I probably have a lender for you if that's something that you want to do or it's something that you're interested in doing. Shared bank account. Um, just depends. Check your partner spending, how they like to spend. If they like to spend a lot, I don't know. But it's a conversation that could be had and that it can work out. So it's up to the couple. It's up to the couple on how they want to go about doing that. But me, I don't think everything should be bought together. I think somebody should be left open to be able to leverage that one person's credit and that one purchase income, because DTI is debt to income ratio is everything when you're trying to buy something. So think about that. Think about that when you're thinking about buying stuff together. You always want to have somebody's debt income lower than in the household, so you kind of weigh each other out. So I hope that answered his question. I'm not sure what happened to him or why he dropped off. So I hope that kind of answered it. And yeah, stay away from Credit Karma. Use it for a tool as far as reviewing your credit and finding out what's on your credit, but not for your credit score, because that's not your credit score at all. It's probably 30 points lower, 50 points lower. And you'll be mad at me talking about it and do my job. Um, so as we move on, hey, Miss Tracy.
Hey, Julia, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. I wanted to ask you a question for us self-employed business owners who want to purchase a home, and we are very nervous to approach a lender. What advice would you give someone, number one, in preparing their finances if they're not using QuickBooks and they're taking cash in? And then which strategy, like how much money do we need to have saved to even, should we just work with you and you figure out our budget? Or should we try to go to someone and get them to help us determine, can we even afford a home?
Buy the house. That's what I'm gonna tell you. Buy the house is what I'm gonna tell you. I'm never gonna tell somebody no. But seriously, for business owners, it's very important. Record keeping is very important. If you don't have a bookkeeper and you know you're not good with money, hire me. Hire my company. Um, let's get you together, because it is easy. It's something that you can do on your own. Let's get you set up. When you go to buy things like houses and cars and you're self-employed, they want to see your money, whether it's cash. They want to know if you got cash. You got to report it. They want to know 1099s. They want to know everything. So having a good foundation, a good tracker, a good bookkeeper is everything. As far as home buying, you have to make so much money to afford things, and that's all. And I really can't say a number of what you need. It's just going to depend on the house that you want. It's going to depend on the price point you want to stay in. It's also going to depend on the monthly payment you want to be in addition to your debt. Your debt is big when it comes to buying homes. So business owners, I feel you, that when you file your taxes, you want to write everything off, because that's what I mean. We spend so much money in business, we want to write everything off. But in the end of things, you can't do that, especially when you have to produce those tax returns to make a huge purchase like buying a house. And buying homes and securing things like that is very important right now. It's very important. So, and just get in the mindset of the more you make, the less you get back when that return and that refund come. I owe every year, so I know. But get out the mindset of looking for a tax refund when it comes to us business owners. I know we want to write off everything, and that's a good way, because we spend that much money, in business. We spend more than we make, when we don't want to claim everything. But when you're trying to set yourself up for greatness and set yourself up for your future, we're going to have to show all the income that you've made, and then we'll deal with everything else later. I'm happy to help any business owner that wants to connect. It's a link on my website. We can talk about it. We can go through your books. Even if you have a bag of receipts, let's get out that. Let's get you on something automated, that's so easy at the end of the year that you can just hand your tax preparer a profit and loss statement, and you're done. You don't have to sit there and go through things. So I'm here to help. And I do think every business owner can buy a house as long as you're making the income.
That's great, Julia. You're so knowledgeable. Let me ask you, when you started your credit repair journey, and you know most people rely on credit karma, which is incorrect. Do you recommend credit boosters like Experian or getting a secured credit card? Or do you think go to your credit union or go to someone like you who can give people, like, do you recommend people be added to trade lines and things like that?
All of it. It's going to depend on your credit situation. Um, for me, I like to look at it. I know they're like, I need credit repair. I'm like, let me see. I'm not gonna touch anything. I'm not gonna do anything unless I look at it first. As far as starters or starting over or building, secure cards are great. It's very important that you build relationships with your banking institutions, especially your credit unions. It's very important, because they're, small. They're kind of share owned by the members. Some of them are owned by the members. So credit unions are always good to have, build a relationship. I'm a big fan of making sure my banker knows my name when I walk in. I want to know your name. I want you to know my name. So I make that a habit. So when I do need something, I'm able to call them up and say, hey, can you look at this for me? So as far as like going into the credit unions, building that relationship, that's a good place to start, Tracy. I do like authorized users. I do have people use those a whole lot, especially when they're trying to buy stuff. I don't recommend adding a trade line to your credit report if you're not going to buy anything. If you just want to see your score go up, hats off to you. But I'm not adding a trade line or nothing unless I'm going to buy something within that time frame that they'll allow you to have that trade line on your credit report. Because once it's done, you either got to renew it or it's going to fall off and you're going to be back where you started. So if you're preparing to buy something, trade lines are good. Not any trade lines. So make sure you're educating yourself when you're looking into trade lines on who you're getting on, who you're dealing with, because you don't want them to have anything negative on their side that's going to impact you. Secure cards, like I said, are always good too. And then for us mommies and with kids coming up, add them to your good credit cards. Build their credit. I started building my kids' credit when they were 13. Add them to my credit card. So now the history that I have is on theirs, and they're able to push off at 18 without having to lean on anybody. They're able to go buy their own cards and get financially stable. So trade lines are good. It just depends on the situation. Secure cards are great. Having that banking relationship so they know, like, hey, I got money coming in here. I'm working on this. I'm doing this. Those are all great. But every situation is different. Everybody is different. So I like to do credit reviews.
No, you answered my question perfect because I get a lot of emails from Experian like pay for the boost, but when you talk
Mm-hmm.
about partners and working with a partner, do you recommend getting a home with your partner before marriage? I think you mentioned earlier before someone should be credit heavy and someone should be credit light. Can you talk about that for some of us that are not married just yet? And then if you recommend it or not?
Before marriage, ugh, that's a tough one. That's a conversation by itself. Um, I think that's gonna be really like a personal up to thing. I would rather whoever is purchasing the home them be married. But also, like I said, you have options. You have so many options as far as how we can get lending for you to buy that home, to leave somebody, like you said, credit heavy and somebody less debt. I think that's the best way to go, especially right now. Because when you think about it, like for example, our situation, like my situation, like I'm not on the mortgage, but I'm on the deed. So there are different ways to go by. So I'm not heavy in the debt realm because I don't have the house on me. So now I'm able to go do things to my house, like put in a pool because I have the income to support a debt of such. So it just kind of depends on what you're kind of going for. If y'all make good income, the two of you make good income, then yeah, you both can go on there. There's not an issue at all. But then we have those that like to go out and buy cars and things, different things after they purchase because now they know, hey, if I can buy a $500,000 house, then I can go buy a car without a problem, or I can go buy this and I can go get this, and then now we're both debt heavy with no leverage at all. So it's something that should be talked about before marriage for sure. So you're on the same page. But like I said, some things yes, some things no. When it comes to keeping that credit and that debt to income ratio open.
Thank you, Julia. I cannot wait to do my consultation with you. This was
I know
wonderful.
I'm excited. This was good. I'm excited about this every Thursday. I'm looking forward to my guests I have coming in soon. Y'all don't want to miss them. They're gonna be amazing. We're gonna have people coming in from a little bit of everywhere. Like I said, commercial insurance world, banking world. I'm gonna share my connections with y'all, so you better be on here because I don't share a whole lot. I'm gonna have my investment partners on here. I'll have some people on here that went through my credit repair program so they can tell you. I'm excited. I'm so excited. So tune in. Make sure you tune in next week, 7 o'clock on Thursdays. We're looking to do the $1 million baby conversation. So if you have grandkids, if you have kids, um, join, get on here. Let's get these babies set up because it starts with them anyway. Because they're coming up behind us. They're gonna be the ones taking over. So let's get them set up. Let's start there. Let's make them wealthy before they even know what it even means. So like I said, Thursday, 7 o'clock, Wealth Within Reach, because it definitely isn't reach. It's just a reach for us. We just have to put our minds to it. Work together. Let's work together. Let's get this done. And as I always say, wealth whispers and debt screams. Y'all have a good night.
Hello. Oh, she hung up.